Hello guys, this is the Hexagon Zero, and welcome back to another episode of Multiplayer Monday. I've got some more Battlefield 4 gameplay for you, and this time it's on the map Siege of Shanghai, and we are currently in a helicopter. I just joined this round, and I managed to spawn into this attack helicopter, and let me just say, if you're the gunner on an attack helicopter, and the pilot of the helicopter is good, you're gonna have a fun time, especially on this map, and Dawnbreaker for that matter. Although Dawnbreaker, not so much. But let me explain that. There's buildings that the pilot can use as cover for incoming missiles, which is amazing. And the reason why I don't really like it on Dawnbreaker is because, well, people like to camp on top of the buildings with stingers and a whole bunch of other stuff that essentially locks onto you and makes it a very bad day for you. But anyway, this is post-patch, so there is a couple new things, and I am utterly blind for half of this beginning stuff, because there's two guys there that I just missed, three guys in fact, and I finally noticed this guy, and I don't even get the kill, even though he's already got a couple of hydro rockets into him. But for most of this game, I spend it inside of the attack chopper, and I can't remember if it's this game or another game, but there's someone always locking us from the opposite side of the map. And I believe it's this game, it might have been another game. But you see that name, Fubar? Yeah, he pops up quite a bit. Anyway, so yeah, we get locked a lot from the other side of the map. And then at one point, I can't figure out where he is. He's just completely oblivious or he's completely gone. I have no clue where he is. And I'm trying to write something smart in the chat there, but I just decide against it and wait. So most of this game is spent on this screen, because the other team is trying to steal our attack chopper. They do it multiple times. They do it a total of 3 times, I believe. I haven't rewatched this footage. This is literally... I'm recording this narration, at least, at about 4:45 in the afternoon on Monday, when it's supposed to be up. So, yeah. Anyway, so I've already realized that they are trying to steal the attack chopper, so I try and spawn in on it as quickly as possible. But I don't realize that till about a little bit farther into the game, because right now I'm just waiting to be the gunner. Because I suck at piloting. I cannot pilot worth crap. If you stuck me in an attack chopper, I'd sooner faceplant than anything else, really. And I probably wouldn't even make it off of the building. I'm just that bad at it. Anyway, so me and this guy, what's his name? It's really small. Or I don't know, something. We are about to enter one of the most epic attack chopper fights I have ever seen. And I call it epic because the other guy was using hacks. Or doing something, or something was wrong here, or something about the code is broken, or maybe something with the damage model is broken, I'm not really sure. But we have a gunner. I've got my pilot and a gunner, and we're being locked on from above by an enemy attack chopper. Now this, it gets up. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is locking us, because that's the gunner's job, essentially. The pilot has to focus on flying and taking out bigger targets with rockets. I, as the gunner, have to take out infantry and other things. I cannot figure out where this guy is, and I do this a lot lately. I try to switch to the grenades, or no, I try to switch to the repair tool and end up equipping grenades and spam clicking the button. But then I finally figure out, oh, it's an enemy attack chopper. But watch this. I'm putting so many bullets into him. I just put a lot, and I didn't even get a vehicle, or at least I got like 1. I am putting an absolute ton into him, and I'm getting like nothing. He doesn't have a gunner. This attack chopper doesn't have a gunner. So therefore, we should have the advantage. Just by sitting here doing nothing. We should have the advantage. And I'm trying to talk to the pilot here, but I realize he's not in my squad, so I'm actually yelling at my squad, going, pull up, pull up, pull up, I can't see him. But anyway. So this guy is coming in above us, finally he gets below us, and I put a lot of bullets into him. Eventually, he takes a lot of damage and he stays on our tail because he wants to kill us, but he's kind of pulling out a little bit, and we circle up around here. We're just skirting the edge of the map. He comes in again. He finally gets in range. I put more bullets into him, and we finally take him out. But during that was incredibly. I was panicking there, just like, where the heck is this coming from? What's locking us? And that attack boat that spawns at sea, man, that is the most annoying thing for choppers everywhere. And yes, at some point during this map, I do say that the attack chopper does need a mobility upgrade, because it does. It's incredibly immaneuverable. Is that even a word? It is now. I used it. That was incredibly arrogant. So it needs a maneuverability upgrade. We don't have a lot of maneuverability in it, and my pilot the entire time, I could tell, was having trouble trying to maintain a correct course. And well, they have decreased the knockback thing that stingers and all that other stuff do, but it still is incredibly, and this is kind of weird here, the pilot stops here to repair, but we have... He dies, in fact, so I pull out the grenade again, trying to go for the repair tool. He dies. This other transport chopper comes in and smooshes me, and then their attack chopper comes in and kills us. And here I figured out where the locker is firing from. He's on the top of the building near D. So, or at least he's close to that, as I managed to catch a glimpse of him as I was running out of there, and I could tell where the lock was coming from. But it doesn't quite matter, because I spend most of this game inside of vehicles. In fact, I spend most of what I'm about to do inside of a vehicle, unless I'm waiting for the attack chopper, because a lot of this was the same thing. But anyway, I'm trying to find another squad to spawn into, because I'm just trying to get a better position, or join a squad that has better locations. But this squad is kind of spread out. They're all in tanks, usually. And here I am waiting for this attack chopper. And then, do you see that? Do you see that little red blinking thing behind the quad bike symbol? All of a sudden, oh, there goes our attack chopper. Wait a minute, what? They just stole our attack chopper. At this point, I finally clue in as to what's going on, because now there's two attack choppers in the air, and it's... it essentially turns... The other pilot that is in the attack chopper isn't that good, fortunately. But it's still kind of an issue. Anyway, so I spawned into this tank, which probably in retrospect wasn't the best idea, because he's in the middle of C, which essentially... here I do it again. I pull out the grenades instead of the repair tool. And I'm about to get blasted by something there, so I pull out the repair tool to start repairing. Then I notice this guy. Pop him a couple times, he dies. But one thing that you'll actually see later on, and I think it's right around here, I'm not really too sure, I get out to launch a SRAW at somebody, and now the SRAW rockets, if you die, they detonate. Which I think is stupid. Now here, don't ever do this. Do not ever go down into B. Number one, you can't get back out. Well, you can, just takes a lot. And number two, the gunner can't watch everywhere. I mean, I can try. I probably should have rotated a little bit around more, but it's kind of hard to notice a guy with C4 who's hiding around the corner. Anyway. So I'm waiting for our attack chopper to respawn, because I know our attack chopper has died, or at least one of them has. So I'm waiting for the other one to die so we can spawn back in, because I wanted to play in the chopper, because I was having fun in the chopper. I like playing in the chopper. And so I get out my straw here. I'm trying to figure out what the attack chopper is so I can straw it, but we're actually getting... A is getting capped somehow. Somewhere around here, and I'm looking for this guy and eventually find him back here. Get a nice little AK-5C kill.
We have taken objective Alpha.
And then I hop into this tank. Most of the Siege of Shanghai for me is spent inside of vehicles. There isn't much else that goes on. But I'm either that or I'm sniping, because I like to snipe. And I'm literally 800 points away from unlocking the M98B, which is by far my best sniper rifle. So I can do that tonight, if I have time. That is, I don't have a lot of time lately. Yeah, I just have enough time to pump out videos and eat. And I sometimes sleep. But this tank here is doing what I normally do. It's basically you run right up at the guy and try and kill him, but I get the kill assist there. Our tank is still alive. I try and repair. He starts leaving me behind. I jump back in, because that's what a lot of gunners do. Or not gunners, what tank drivers do. They just kind of leave you behind when you're trying to repair, and I pop out here to help this guy repair our tank, because we were 75% health, and it wasn't too good. Anyway, this guy tries to do a ninja, not a ninja, he tries to do a berserker C4 run? I don't know what to call it. He tries to get us with that, he fails, as my bullets said otherwise. But here is where we start getting popped by it. No? Alright, it's a little later we start getting popped by a tank, right around the same area. And it's not us anymore, it's not me and this driver anymore. We get hit by a... No! Ah, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I can't remember the first half of this gameplay. And when you're a gunner, do not hesitate to go for these. Because, like, I get 50 points of damage on this guy, or like 48 or something, 52, somewhere around there. It does a lot of damage to him. And I pop out here to try and launch a straw at him, but I die. And then, you saw there, my straw just exploded when I died. Which I think is a stupid system. And there we go, killed by Fubar. We have a nice little rivalry going throughout this entire game. And it's not nice, in fact. We're very, very mean to each other. But we never say anything. So I should try to get back into the spot, into the heli. The heli's already taken. My squad member, I was gonna sign in on, has died. So I start swapping squads again, trying to spawn into different locations. And then here's something that I find kind of weird. So these guys are cap and C, so I spawn in on one of the guys on my friend's list to give him some extra points. And we're both sitting here, we're all kind of camping in this corner. And I die first, as usual. I'm just kind of spoiling it here, because this isn't the main attraction. It isn't me dying, it's what happens right about here. I get headshotted by Bogum Man, whatever his name is. So I get up, I run around, I'm gonna go kill him. I decide against going that way, and he's gone. He's just gone. Our guys are there. They're just gone. And then so I'm sitting here, because I think there was an attack chopper firing at me or something. And I start running over here, and there's Bogum. Right there, in front of all of our guys. And eventually, I think he dies right about here. No? No, he doesn't. He survives. Anyway, I don't like him very much. He was not very nice. And also the gas mask look kind of creeps me out. And they stole our chopper again. I typed that, and it made it look like I've typed it really quickly. No, it's not. I'm just doing a 4 times fast forward, because like I said, most of this game, is spent on that screen. And here I pop into a tank, just to try and take out the attack chopper that's been harassing A and B. You can see my nice little logo there. So I've got the, I call it the all-rounder setup for tanks. I'm using the AP shell and the coaxial HMG, along with active protection, and I believe reactive armor. Although reactive armor isn't as good as it was in Battlefield 3, in my opinion. It has a slight decrease, because the reactive armor is supposed to make it so that it takes 3 C4 instead of 2 to kill you. At least that's the comparison that a lot of people use. So we got 3 pieces of armor rolling up in this position here. 1 LAV and 2 tanks. So these guys, they're sitting in the buildings, are going, oh crap, this is kind of a bad day. But it ends up being a bad day for me, as per usual, because there's this tank over here, and I just see him, I see the red light, so I start firing at him. This gets a vehicle hit, and then, so he's firing at me, I'm trying to put a little bit on him, and finally I deploy active protection. Took me freaking long enough, right when he's not firing, of course. Start getting killed. I try and eject. What I tried to do there is rotate my turret to an angle that would give me a better eject point, but I fail. And look at that, killed by Fubar. There weren't a lot of people in this game, so that, if you're wondering, that's why it's slow. 4 timesing it again to accelerate the gameplay a little bit here, so you don't just see me sitting on a score screen. So I pop into the chopper because I don't want it to get stolen again, and I just switch to the gunner. Now, people might call this, I don't want to say cheaty, I don't want to say cheesy, I want to cheesy maybe, but it's actually tactical, because if you're a bad pilot, then obviously you don't want to fly. If you know you're a bad pilot, then you're just wasting the chopper. And I finally noticed this guy was firing at us right here, and I eventually pop him in the head. But then our pilot doesn't exactly do too well in the flying thing, so I deploy down into this crate. And I was going to switch to the recon class just to pop down a spawn beacon if I could. So I'm checking around, making sure nothing's here. And one of my friends is a commander right now, so I'm trying to do it, and all of a sudden it just kicks me out. Trying to give him some points, that's what I was trying to do. And then commander crate despawns. And I'm kind of unhappy that they've removed the elevator buttons from this demolished C location, because that was fun. It was funny. Because if you remember back in the beta, you could run up to a certain location at C, and there would be a little elevator button, and if you pressed it and stayed in that vicinity, eventually you'd be catapulted like 2,000 feet up. It was really funny if you used a tank and did it, because the tank would be catapulted up, and then, yeah, it was cool. So I don't notice the guy to my right who's running at us. Actually, that might have been a fire hydrant. I do that twice. I think that was the first time, but I know I do it a second time where I take aim at a fire hydrant, because, you know, deadly fire hydrants, they can definitely spray water all over you, and that can be very, very, very mildly annoying. Anyway, so I've got nothing to do here. I don't normally hang around C. Personally, it's kind of boring, and it's all gray. I don't really like looking at it. So I notice our tank here is kind of getting harassed, and this guy runs up, pops into the tank, and he starts shooting at me, and I'm like, well, damn. So the other guy kills him, and I fire straw into it for good measure to make sure that he is quite dead. So I see him here, and I don't know how I survived. This is one of those moments where it's like, I shouldn't be alive, but here I am. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep, took aim at a fire hydrant. Deadly, deadly fire hydrants. Running up here, and I don't like how I believe it's Team Deathmatch, there's a ladder on this building to my left, but in Conquest there isn't, because that ladder would be very, very helpful. But, you know, whatever. So I've noticed, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I've noticed a guy that's swimming across the channel, and I'm waiting for him to pop up here so I can hit him with straw. So I eventually get a shot into him. He's damaged, and I can't remember if he's an assault player or not. I guess we'll find out in a second, because that would explain a little bit here. Because he runs out here. I think he's trying to figure out where I'm shooting at him from. He launches down here. Yeah, he's a assault player because he's a med pack, so that explains it. Alright, because I was a little bit confused as to how he got all of his health back, because it says he's got 100% health, and I just hit him with at least most of his raw, so I was a little confused. But anyway, I'm waiting for our attack chopper to respawn. I'm essentially just camping the point, trying to get it up again, and I'm not sure whether or not I get bored here. And just spawn in anyway. But I'm waiting here, watching our ticket count slowly decrease. And if you remember at the beginning, we had at least 100 on them, and then they started capping points, and then we didn't cap points. And that's how you win in Conquest. You cap points. If you want to win in Conquest, cap points. It's easy. All you gotta do is sit there and usually do nothing. But anyway, I spawn into this attack chopper. This other, I believe it's an enemy attack chopper, is kind of floating around out here, and he's too far out, and there's too much smoke in the way to so I can get a clear shot at him. I probably could have just fired a couple pop shots at him. But anyway, there's a locker again at us. It's not very fun. Again, when you're being constantly locked, and you can't tell whether it's what's it called? I want to say PLA, but it's not the PLA. There's that little thing that the recon class has, the little visor that you hold up. You can't tell whether it's that or an actual rocket locking onto you, and that's just not fun. And I think about jumping out to grab the attack chopper, but it's fallen too quickly and we weren't even close to it, and it just exploded anyway, so oh well. So our ticket count is bleeding out rapidly here. We're losing one of the 5 points, so our ticket count is just bleeding like hell, and we're about to get all capped, which is not good. But I'm in an attack chopper, so I don't really care. But if you're in an attack chopper, wait for someone to spawn into your gunner, because there's going to be one person who wants to play as the gunner. Because playing as the gunner's fun. You don't have to worry about much. All you have to do is worry about flying. But anyway. So So this tank here, and I try and get a couple of shots into him, and only end up doing, was that 5? Yeah, 5 vehicle hit damage. With the Hydra rockets, with another sweep of Hydras, we might have been able to take him out. But anyway, I get this guy here again, Mr. McFlip, whatever. Anyway, we die here due to bumping in a building. 3rd time this entire round, I've died from bumping into a building due to a chopper pilot. I don't blame them, but come on. Anyway, so he starts getting killed. I eventually fire a couple bullets into his head, just spawn in, and we lose. Why? Because we got all capped. And then people start griping about the balancing, when really it was just the fact that we weren't capping correctly. We were mostly concentrating on A. In fact, at least half of our ground force was concentrating on A the entire time, while they just took B, E, C, and D. Anyway, I would like to thank you guys for watching another episode of Multiplayer Mondays. Just a new update on this season. It is not a season, it's a continuous thing, so got that going for you. Don't have to worry about a hiatus. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. This is the Hexagon Zero, signing out.